Record numbers of migrants continue to cross the border. Lawmakers from both parties are pushing for immigration reform, but they can't agree what that looks like. Capitol Hill correspondent Erik Rosales has the latest. Erik?
Well, good evening, Trace. You know, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and several others, many of them freshmen, just returned from the southern border. They visited a sector along the Arizona border, and there, the speaker blamed Democrats and the Homeland Security Secretary for not doing enough to secure the border crisis.
We'll continue to investigate what has gone wrong here, and we will hold people accountable. And that includes Secretary Mayorkas. You cannot lie to the American people any longer and tell us this border is secure.
Congresswoman Jen Kiggins, a former Navy helicopter pilot, says it's not a Republican or Democrat issue. It's a national security crisis.
I see an administration that's not focused on strength, that's focused on weakness. And our enemies are watching, and I'm worried that our enemies are not fearing us anymore and that our friends aren't trusting us anymore.
Democratic Senator Cory Booker is currently on a trip to the southern border. He says, quote, "The challenges our nation is facing at the southern border are exacerbated by Republican obstruction to modernizing our immigration system, and I believe reform is urgently needed." The U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops favors Congress to dive into immigration reform, so I asked Republicans, are they against it?
File for citizenship, but let's make it simple and let's take a look at it. But for one, I am definitely interested in immigration policy reform.
Senator Lindsey Graham tells me he and other Republicans want to tackle immigration reform, but the border must first be secure. And this week, the Biden administration is set to announce a new policy that will take effect that will, when Title 42 COVID measures expire, that's going to happen in May. Now, under the new rule, migrants who pass through countries on their way to the U.S., well, they have to claim asylum along the way. Otherwise, when they get here to the U.S.-Mexico border, they are ineligible. Some Democrats say that the system will not work because there are just too many steps. At the Capitol, Erik Rosales, EWTN News Nightly.